Her redesign, Yuji's included, I'm dragging her to hell on this with me, will be up next week. So, that was a fucking lie. I ain't gonna apologize for it, it is what it is. I'll get around to it eventually. Now on to the topic of today's video. A character I actually redesigned, Selenica E Fiore, another fairy tale OC. And one I actually had fun designing.
Selenica E Fiore. The first princess, the adopted older sister of Princess Hisui E Fiore, and the daughter of the King of Fiore, Toma E Fiore. Her real name is Serendine Reishi. My brain fucking scrambled that name like an egg. And I read that as Serena Radish, so that's her name now. She is current Empress of Alvarez Empire. Selenica E Fiore. Kanji. Cannot read that. Romaji Serenica E Fiore. I don't know what any of that means. Alias. Freesia.
I'll be completely honest, I thought this said Freesia like
Freesia Vakadu! Freesia
and I only realised it wasn't the night before recording this. So props to you for making me chuckle.
Seven Deadly Blade.
This sounds more like an affiliation than an alias.
Goddess of Light.
Oh god, here we go again.
Characteristics. Race. Human.
I call this into question immediately.
Gender. Female. Age. 400 plus. Chronologically.
Here's why. I'll give the Dragon Slayers being 400 years plus once they pass through the gate because they're built different to regular humans. But as far as we know, she's just a regular mage. Not cursed like Xerath, not genetically immortal like August, and not any of the other races that would allow her to exist this long, nor enable her to dip through the gate unharmed.
22 physically. Hair color. Green. Former. Blonde.
Hair dye I'll give you. It'd be a bitch and a half to go from natural green to blonde, but it's your funeral.
Eye color. Green. Former. Blue.
What I won't give you, however, is how she somehow permanently changed her eye color with no explanation.
Professional status. Affiliation. Alvarez Empire. Sabretooth. Kingdom of Fury. Occupation.
I have yet to read her backstory, but I'm calling it now. This makes no sense and is just cobbled together to make her special.
Empress of the Alvarez Empire.
No. I was doing pretty well as Alvarez's king.
Previous occupation. S-class mage. First princess.
Of what? Bullshit Island?
Previous team. Team Natsu.
Why is it always Team Natsu? There's like a dozen other teams.
Partners. Anissa Boslina. I didn't say any of that right. Ritasu Resliana.
These two belong to Fairy Tail, so unless you mean partners in a romantic sense, which I hope to God you don't, these three would not partner together for missions. You put your OC in Sabretooth, you don't get to use Fairy Tail guild members for your partners, you fucking ingrate.
Previous partners. Mavis Vermilion. Xerath, Lucy Dragoneel, Loki.
Mavis and Xerath I understand, but when in the 9 hells would she have met Lucy? Let alone partner with her and Loki. They don't even belong to the same guild!
Base of operations. Vistarion, Mercurius, Sabretooth Guild, Fairy Tail Guild, former. Personal status. Status active. Relatives. Toma E Fiore, descendant / father. Hisui E Fiore, descendant / adopted sister.
How? And when are these two both her descendants and her father? And adopted sister? That does not make sense. Do you know what descendants mean? 'Cause I don't fucking think you do. Either that or you're from Alabama and the Fiore family is a fucking wreath.
Sting, husband.
Sting, run, this bitch is crazy.
Erica Felicia, daughter. Toka, daughter.
I'm sorry, do you mean the fucking Exceed from Elentar? That's introduced in the 100-Year War? 100-Year Quest. That's what I meant. This suddenly got worse in Alabama.
Reinhardt, I can't say Sting's last name, I can't do it. Reinhardt, son, Saradine, daughter. Magic, memory control.
See, this feels plausible. We have telepathy and bodily control magic. I'm honestly surprised we don't have canon memory control yet. If this was explained in the slightest, I'd be fully inclined to believe it's canon. But I don't get nice things, so here we are.
Arc of Time. Spatial magic. Mass manipulation.
What is it with fandom wiki and giving their characters, like, several different kinds of magic? I mean, I'm also guilty of this, but fuck you. Also, while I agree mass manipulation is a far better name for it, the canon name for mass manipulation magic is Command T. I really wish I was joking.
Weapons. Katana. Sword. Orb.
Yes, the best weapon. Orbs.
Current appearance. Selenica is slim young woman with green long hair and green eyes and X792. She remained in Frisia form and never back the original form since her power getting stronger in the meantime. She remained the council until Fairy Tale till they've been rebuilt again.
This should be written as Selenica is a slim young woman. In insert year here, she had green hair and green eyes. From, insert year here, onwards, she remained in her Frisia form, with blonde hair and blue eyes, without mentioning her power or guild or council she belongs to, unless it's necessary as to why she changed her looks, since this is the appearance section.
Personality. Selenica E Fiore is really elegant, sweet, kind, careless, childish, and rather strict.
Okay, 1, sweet and kind are synonyms, you don't need to put both. 2, most of this is contradictory. How can she be elegant and strict but also careless and childish at the same time? If she acts differently around different people, it needs to be specified what the difference is and who.
History. Selenica was born exactly 400 years ago.
400 years from when?
She lived peacefully in a secluded village called Mildion. She is in reality is Hisu ancestor and from the same clan and distant relative of Heartfilia clan through Anna.
The Heartfilia clan had nothing to do with the Hisuis, you fucking donk.
She advised a way to defeat Acnologia along with Zeref and Anna Heartfilia.
Because of course she had to.
Or is it Anna? I don't know. I don't care anymore. She traveled into the future along with the Dragon Slayers, but they got separated.
I do actually like the idea of sending an adult along with the gaggle of actual overpowered children! I just don't like that it's a particular adult for several reasons.
Serena also the legal guardian of Sting.
So, she's a nonce and a groomer? Do we all agree on this? Okay, moving on.
And rogue, since their parents was dead, she acquaintance of Wyslogia and Skydrum. I'm saying all of that wrong. After a few years, she decided to join Fairy Tail and finally falling in love with Sting. After Fairy Tail's sudden disbandment, she joined Sabretooth and married Sting and have a children with him. Selenica is secret visited Alvarez sometimes.
Because you can totally go to a different continent in secret.
She and Zeref has complicated history.
Explain! Please!
Magic and abilities. Arc of Time.
We're going to ignore the fact that she uses Arc of Time magic and just skip this section because I'm pretty sure most of it's just copy and pasted from the wiki, but with the OC's name pasted in there a few times. Which isn't bad, when you're using canon magics, unless you're changing anything, there's no point in copying the entire wiki into your bio.
And yep, all of this is literally just copy and pasted from the wiki with her name added in here and there. Equipment. Orb. Serenica's weapon of choice is a blue orb that she rolls around on her person. It is used in conjunction with her Arc of Time magic. It can be launched at high speeds at opponents, and if it is ever broken, it can easily be repaired. It's probably a communication lacrima crystal.
Probably? You're the creator, why don't you know exactly— Oh, you just copied this for Faultier's bio, didn't you?
Frisia Katana. Katana. Serenica's as Frisia choice is a dual katana. This is only for defense, no require magic. She can use it whenever she wants. Relationship. Toma E Fiore, Selenica care his father, much to his sister, even they never interacted often, but she still loves her father equally. Hisui E Fiore. Selenica is already a figure mother for Hisui. After the death of her late mother, Hisui is often to be with her since they were kids.
Do none of you use fucking Google Docs or Grammarly! This isn't English!
Karen Lilica? I don't know how to say this character's name. Selenica and Karen has deep friendship, always together on a job. They could be a perfect partner, but that goes different for Karen when she heard Selenica left the guild, making her mistreated everyone around her and no one to believe in.
Did I just have a fucking stroke? I feel like I just had a fucking stroke. Also, cool, she was friends with an abusive cunt.
Selenica has a friendship with the guild master of Pegasus. They are good friends who always talk to each other and ask advice. Makarov Dreyer, similar as Master Bob friendship, Selenica often to call Makarov grandfather, even not related by blood.
So does everyone else in Fairy Tail. You aren't special.
They share a good relationship. Lucy Heartphilia. After hearing Lucy is the owner of Key of Lion, they both have become friends and often go to job together with Natsu Wendy, Happy, Carla Gray, often with Juvia. Mavis Vermilion. Mavis and Selenica is just like sibling relationship, carrying each other. Watch their backs as well. Zareth. Selenica always become the only ally of Zareth. They have a deep relationship as friend. Even the world and its people hate him. She will always for her.
What in the 7 shades of fuck did I just read? Most of this wasn't even English. Grammarly is free. Google Docs is free. Please, just use anything to check your grammar because this is absurd. Go back to fucking school and learn how to speak proper sentences. Jesus fuck. Bring in the rewrite before I end up committing vehicular manslaughter. Quick notes, because I feel like this needs to be addressed. Yes, I traced over an image of Wendy to get the general pose and style. I don't have the spoons nor the fucks to draw something completely from scratch. The line art is just a cleaned up sketch and it's patchy as all fuck. Frankly, I don't care enough to fix it, so deal with it. On to the rewrite before I have a fucking aneurysm. Selenica Fiore, an ancestor to the Fiore family, and the one who introduced Zareth Dragneel to Anna Heartphilia, who, after being sought after by an oracle who used Arc of Time to go back and warn her, realized too late the disastrous effects of the Eclipse Gate reopening. And so, instead of sitting back and idly watching time pass like the Heartphilias, she froze her body in a similar fashion to the Fairy Heart, only to be unfrozen when the young dragon slayers should pass through the gate. Though a side effect of her freezing meant her body would never age. She would look young forever, even if the rest of her matured naturally. After she was unfrozen, there were rumors about the sudden new princess in the castle, who looked older than Hisui. So, as to prevent any outrage, and to prevent any dark guilds from learning the truth, she used a memory manipulation spell, something of her own design to modify the memories of every Ishgar citizen. Nothing grandiose, just a simple, Princess Selenica, the elder sister of Hisui, has always been around. And that's it, that's the role the Fiore family played, Toma treating her just like he would Hisui, until the time was right for Selenica to act. The Dragon King Festival. She knew the 2 celestial mages would not have enough power between them at this current time to fully close and destroy the Eclipse Gate, and so made a sacrifice. Used Third Origin on herself and poured every ounce of her magic power into the closing and destroying of the gate. But, as is Third Origin's nature, her past, present, and future magic capabilities were stripped away from her once the spell was complete, having the side effect of her memory modification slowly wearing off. To protect her family once again, she disappeared, travelling all across Ishgar and eventually visiting Alakatasha and Zareth, all while watching over the young dragon slayers. Well, that was Selenica E Fiore. Let me know what you think of the rewrite and her original bio. I don't know how to do intros, so I'll see you all next time. Good evening, Darklings.